Namaste to all. We will see further more interesting question and answers in this short audio. The question and answers have been taken from the website vedmandir.com. All the answers have been given by my Acharya, Swami Ram Swarup Yogacharya. And the questions are of common public. First, it's not a question, actually it's a statement. A person is saying, according to Advaita, every object, however minute or big, is Almighty God. My Acharya further replies, object word clarifies that object is separate and God is separate. Next question, respected Swamiji, Sosayanti Homa is said to be the yajna performed for the safe delivery of the baby while the woman is pregnant. Is it true? My Acharya answers, for the safe delivery, Vedas tell to perform Punswan Sanskar in the second month and Simanto 9 Sanskar in the third or fourth month, etc. But nothing has been stated about the Sosayanti Homa. My blessings to you, my daughter. Next question, please explain the difference between Brahman, Dvija and Vipra. My Acharya answers, Brahman means who knows Vedas and has realized Almighty God by doing hard practice of Ashtanga Yoga. Dvija is Dvi plus Ja, that is second birth. So first birth is given by parents, and when a child take Diksha from a Brahman, then the Brahman, that is the Acharya, becomes the spiritual father. So this is his second birth, and thus he becomes Dvija. Vipra means learned person who knows Vedas. Next question, can we change Guru? My Acharya answers, Vedas tell several divine qualities of a Guru. First of all, he must be the learned of Vedas and Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. He must have control over his 5 senses, perceptions and mind. He always tells the truth, etc. If a Guru does not have the said qualities, then Vedas tell to change the Guru. Please read the article about Gurus on the website vedmandir.com. Next question, when we receive something from someone, we thank them. God gives us everything. How do we thank Him? My Acharya beautifully answers, by listening Vedas and obeying them. What a beautiful answer. Next question, Vedas place a lot of emphasis on cows, milk and ghee. Is it not stealing when we take milk from the cow that is supposed to be for the young calf? My Acharya answers, Atharva Veda very much say about the services of cow and to take milk. Atharva Veda mantra 6/59/2 says that while taking cow milk, we must make our health good and ill free. As regards milk to calf, it is given according to the rate which has been already fixed by Vedas, and the rest of the milk is used in the family. So it is not stealing. Cow is also called our mother in the Vedas. Her milk is provided to newly born babies as per the instructions of 4 Vedas. Even human being has not been allowed by God to take food alone, but must be taken after distributing to others also. So is the cow's milk. She distributes her milk to the calf as well as to the human beings. Next question, how to feel happy when you have so much of sadness around? Or you know that in future some problems would be coming up that will disturb you. My Acharya answers, when the sun rises, then only the darkness of the night gets over. Except sun, there is no alternative to destroy the darkness. Similarly, when the knowledge is gained, then the illusion gets over. It is illusion which creates the problem, sadness, sickness, tension, corruption, blind faith, early death, etc. Everybody can tell the definition of knowledge at their own, but the real definition of the knowledge which has been made by God Himself is Vedas. From Vid, Sanskrit Dhatu, Ved word is made, the meaning of which is called as knowledge. So there are 3 types of knowledge in the 4 Vedas. Knowledge of all the matters, that is science, etc. Number 2, knowledge of pious and bad deeds, etc. And number 3, knowledge of eternal worship of Almighty God. So when the aspirant starts study of Vedas and follows the preach thereof, and thus starts performing yajna, name jap and practice of Ashtanga Yoga philosophy, while discharging all moral duties for family, society and nation, then only he gets internal peace in spite of sadness and problems all around him. What a beautiful answer. Next question, who is Yajaman and what is meant by Rudra Yajna? Acharya answers, Yajaman is he who organizes yajna and bears the expenses thereof according to his faith and financial capability. However, a learned Purohit or learned Acharya chants the Ved mantras and makes the Yajaman to perform the yajna. However, in Vedas there is no mention about Rudra yajna, please. Next question, what shall be the perfect meaning of detachment? My Acharya answers, the real meaning of detachment is a person must listen to Vedas, do name jap and havan and practice of yoga philosophy. He must do all pious deeds and fulfill moral duties which are known by listening Vedas and holy books. Then at a certain stage, automatically he will feel that he is discharging his duties under the guidance of an unseen power, but he is not entangled with any illusion. He would also thus make the best use of his assets religiously also. Only bookish knowledge or listening of preach etc. will do nothing if the knowledge is not held within the heart and practiced in daily life. The said education is given in Yajurveda Mantra 40/2 that while doing all the pious deeds and discharging moral duties, a person attains 100 years of ill-free happy life, detaching himself from all worldly affairs, attachments like attachment to assets, family, building, business, services, etc. The mantra educates us that money, assets, family members and our moral duties is not illusion and are not to be separated from us, but we must listen Vedas and daily do the quoted worship of Almighty God duly detached. Duly detached means making the best religious use of the same. Next question, where is the location of Brahma Jyoti in human body? My Acharya answers, heart and the Agya Chakra, please. Next question is, Vastu Shastra as per Vedas, should we live in ground floor or a higher floor? My Acharya answers, no please, Vastu Shastra is not as per Vedas, so one should never worry about it. The house which have already been constructed under the advice of architect is good. Even self-made houses are also good because we have to live in to protect ourselves from summer, winter, rain, etc. However, cross ventilation system should be kept in mind. In the ancient times, also there were multi-storied buildings, as is also mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. So we can live in any floor. You see, sorrows and happiness, as stated in Yajurveda Mantra 7/48, are the result of our bad and good deeds of previous life respectively, and not based on the construction of a house. What a beautiful answer. Next question, when I think about the past, converting Hindus to Islam on tip of sword was injustice, because all Muslims in India did not come from the other country. They were the sons of India from being period of their forefathers. Before converting to Islam, all forefathers of nowadays Muslims were Hindus. My Acharya answers, yes, Aryans or Hindus never came from outside India, and Hindus were forcibly converted to Islam, which is a historical truth. Next question, why the Hindu scholars are not translating the Vedas in different languages with easy meanings as a common man can understand? My Acharya answers, the task of translation of Vedas in different languages is not easy task. First of all, the translator should wield perfection in languages. A good knowledgeable person of English and other languages can also not translate the Vedas unless he gets perfection in Vedas after the hard study. Actually, Vedas language is divine, which is understood only after studying Vedas and doing hard practice of Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. Your views are highly appreciated, and I also observe that if Vedas are translated in several languages, its knowledge will be understood easily by the people at large. However, we must pray to God to inspire those learned acharyas who know different languages and have also got perfection in Vedas knowledge to translate them. Very beautiful and humble answer by my Acharya. Next question, Gita Shloka 4/1 says that I gave the knowledge of yoga to the Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave it to Manu and Manu gave it to Ishwaku. I have two doubts on this. Number one, Krishna says that he gave the knowledge, but how can he give? It should be God given. Then why does Krishna say I gave? My Acharya answers, actually Gita is not a separate book. Vyas Muni wrote Mahabharata epic and Gita is an extract of Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata epic. So true preach of Gita can only be given by a yogi who knows Vedas and yoga philosophy like Vyas Muni and Sri Krishna. First, Vedas do not accept Avatarvad. Secondly, Vedas tells the qualities of Almighty God and Rishis, according to which God is formless and one. And Rishis or Gurus are those who knows 4 Vedas and Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. According to the qualities of a yogi in Vedas, Yajurveda says that God is manifested in the heart of a yogi, and as per Vedas, God stays within the body of a yogi. So not Sri Krishna, but Almighty God within the body of Sri Krishna tells that He, that is Almighty God, gave the knowledge of Vedas to Vivaswan. Beautiful answer. Last question for today. Does Vedas advise that we should make all sincere efforts to know and understand Almighty God, but to avoid analyzing Him as He is beyond human analysis? My Acharya answers, yes. Vedas advises to worship Almighty, formless, omnipresent God with the main motto of life to realize Him. No doubt His qualities are unlimited and all His qualities cannot be known, but Vedas further state that it is the duty of a person to listen or study 4 Vedas to follow its path of doing daily yajna, daily havan, name jap and hard practice of Ashtanga Yoga while discharging all the moral duties of life. By doing all this, one should know the maximum divine qualities of Almighty God which are mentioned in the Vedas. For example, Vedas state that God is omnipresent, God is everywhere, God is almighty, God does not take avatar, God is formless, etc. God is purest and does not face the result of any deeds, etc. God creates, God nurses, and God destroys the universe, etc. However, God is beyond calculation, beyond imagination, and beyond description. Beautiful answer by my Acharya. I hope you enjoyed the answer given by my Acharya. I will bring out more audios with question answers, and you can also go to my channel in the playlist under the tab Q&A by my Acharya. You can see the other videos, audios. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.